Welcome back to the 12 Days of Gunpla -1. I'm your host, Second Soundwave. Today, on the second day of Christmas, we're taking a look at one of my most anticipated releases of 2017. The high-grade Universal Century Zeta Gundam. I've always been a really big fan of the Zeta Gundam, so naturally when Bandai announced this kit, I was hyped. I may enjoy a good master grade from time to time, but I'm a 1/144th scale collector at heart, and the Zeta Gundam's 1/144th kits at the time were very, very lacking. This new Zeta Gundam kit was basically a revived Zeta Gundam in everything but name and promised to bring us greatness with the power of the Gunpla Evolution project. And on top of that, it's only 1800 yen, so of course I just had to pick one up. From a visual standpoint, the HGUC Zeta Gundam has just about everything you could hope for in a modern high grade. Until you come around to the back. Now most of the stickers on this kit are fine. A little bit of yellow here, a little bit of yellow there, and a couple of sensors on the head. All things you'd expect on a kit like this. Then you turn the figure around and you come to what is by far the worst part of the kit. There is not a single piece of red plastic on the side binders of this model's backpack. Several very large stickers are used to create the red striping along the leading edge of the wing, and all of them suck. There's no way of getting around this, you're just gonna have to paint it. But aside from an equally hideous red sticker on the shield, the rest of the kit's color separation really isn't that bad. Even with that backpack blunder factored in, this kit does a pretty good job capturing the iconic Zeta Gundam look. So now we've reached the point in the video where I bring in the Master Grade Zeta Gundam 2.0. This was the only Zeta Gundam model I built prior to the high grade, and I had a few problems with it. He's not very detailed, he doesn't like to stand on his own, he's not fun to pose, and he can barely hold his launcher. Of course, with the new Zeta Gundam being a high grade and not a master grade, I wasn't really expecting it to fix that first problem. But what I was expecting to see was increased stability and articulation. And when it comes to stability, this guy is, pretty great. I mean, the waist does come apart really easily, but as far as balance goes, this guy is much easier to stand than the master grade. This guy wouldn't even be upright if he wasn't leaning against the back wall of my light box. So with the high grade Zeta Gundam already having 1 point in his favor, let's see how his articulation looks. The head movement's pretty limited, all he really does is this and this. No matter how you pose this guy, there's going to be something banging into something else just because of how the head and neck are shaped, and there's really not much you can do about that. Even if you just want him looking a little bit to the left, you're going to have to tip his head so the back of his neck can slip over his collar. And while this can work for some poses, usually it just looks kind of weird. He's got these super fancy special shoulder joints that can go up and up and up and forwards. Have fun with these pieces because they never stay in place. But beyond that, his arms rotate, bend. Oh hey, look at that. It's every high-grade hand ever. His torso's got the now semi-standard forward ball joint apparatus. I've heard from a few people who have had trouble with this joint popping off, but for me it's always the lower one that ends up being the weakest link. Skirts go up, 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 and up. Yeah, you saw that right. This guy's got movable back skirts. Useless swing joint, forwards, backwards, sideways spread, and just enough rotation. Below that there's a bend and a lift up, down on the foot. Fortunately, he's got more range side to side than he did front to back. Articulation on the Zeta Gundam is just okay. Bandai did make a big deal about some of the joints on this kit, but all they really do is take areas of the model that would otherwise be extremely limited and bring them up to what we would now more or less consider to be a standard level of articulation. For weapons, the Zeta Gundam has just about everything you could want. You want opening grenade pods in the arm? You got 'em. You want more grenade ammo storage? You've got it, and you've got it on both arms. You want the world's worst shield? Boom, you got the world's worst shield. Of course he's got beam sabers, because well, you just gotta have beam sabers. My favorite weapon you get in this set has to be the Zeta Gundam's beam rifle. It fits in his hand way better than it did on the master grade, and you can even put a beam saber effect in the barrel. The Hyper Mega Launcher is the Zeta Gundam's largest weapon, and the master grade had a lot of trouble holding it. But if we just extend, open, and flip out this handle, you can see that the high-grade Zeta Gundam can hold this thing like a champ. Thanks to those rock-solid shoulder joints, this launcher's not going anywhere. The launcher has a pair of fold-out side handles as well, but the Zeta Gundam looks pretty awkward when he's using them. You can also pop the launcher on top of his shield for some very impractical weapon storage. You can also do a similar thing with the rifle. Now it's time for what you've all been waiting for, the transformation. Remove, 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 remove. Are you seeing a pattern here? Remove, remove. Also remove this. You might be disappointed to find out that this part of the mobile suit served no purpose in the transformation. But even with this much left over, it still manages to be more self-contained than the original high grade. So now you grab your Wave Rider core, and you attach. I'd say to rotate in the shoulder thrusters, but chances are you've probably already pushed them in by accident. Oh hey look. More parts forming. This piece looks like the front armor from the mobile suit mode, but it's actually a replica of it that's made just for the transformation. Just pops in here like this, then it's attach, 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 remove, rotate, rotate, attach, close, collapse, close, remove, rotate, attach, rotate, close, push, push harder, close, attach, attach, open, attach, remove, remove, attach, attach, slide, rotate, push, slide, rotate, push, peg, hole, combine, combine. And right now we're done, but I want to take this just a little bit further. Rotate, rotate, collapse, attach, 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 and attach. Even if it is a parts former, the high-grade Zeta is still pretty fun to transform. The Wave Rider mode is rock solid, with very few hints of this once having been a humanoid mobile suit. Attaching the rifle and launcher in this mode is optional, but I did it because it both looks cool and allows you to attach a set of landing gear. The landing skid's attached to the launcher, not the undercarriage, so you can only use them when the launcher's attached. You do get an action base adapter for if you want to display this in the air, but it only works with an action base too. Overall, I'd say the transformation is one of the coolest aspects of this kit. So overall, I'd say this kit's pretty good. It's solid, it's stable, it can make good use of all its weapons, and while the articulation and color separation aren't great, they're not really enough to bring it down. I'd say this kit still gets a thumbs up. I would have wholeheartedly recommended this over the Master Grade if it wasn't for the stickers on the wings, but even as it stands right now, it's still a very good alternative. As always, I'm your host Second Soundwave, and I'll be seeing you tomorrow when we continue the 12 days of Gunpla. -1. Take care, guys.